Hey, so in this video I actually want to talk about how to actually deal with grad application or master's and PhD application rejections. So if you don't know me, I'm Professor Dave Maslang. I'm an Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. And I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor forward and help you out as much as I possibly can. So this was actually a comment that was left from one of the followers of the YouTube channel. And if you don't know, if this is if this is yours and if you benefit from this video, you have to pay the favor forward and go do something nice for somebody. I think this is going to be very beneficial for you, particularly with this particular comment. I think you're going to need it at this moment in terms of getting a pick-me-up. So a follower, I'm not going to say who they are, but a follower says, just got my first PhD rejection, and the fact that it is from my current school where I'm wrapping up my master's program makes the hurt, pain, and disappointment unbearable. My optimism for the other programs has dropped significantly. Just thinking, my home base does not want me. Why would other programs? I know that I will be okay, but I'm currently crying my eyes out and binge watching YouTube videos on grad application rejections. So, I hate to sort of break it to you is that this is part of the process and you're going to get a lot more rejections. This is only a small part of your life. And I know it's sort of difficult to hear this, but I want you to sort of take this and really absorb what I'm trying to say. Is that there's a lot of ways to deal with rejections that you get in academia as well as in general and in life as well. Academia is just a lot more explicit and it happens a lot more because there's just sort of fast turnaround that we have. But I get a lot of rejections all the time. You can actually look to see on who I am and my CV and stuff. I'm working. And I put a lot of work in all of the stuff I do, but I do get a lot of rejections. And so it doesn't look like I'm actually all that productive. I truly am working all the time. And so I know what this feels like. I know where you're coming from. I don't know the explicit sort of story that you're dealing with. So I can't resonate with you that way. But rejection is so much part of my life in terms of dealing with this. And so this is how I deal with rejection in grad applications or just in academia in general. And so this applies to grad applications because I've had my fair share. Know that you are a good person. I think that's a key thing to think about is you are so important and your worth is so much better and so much bigger than what a couple of people have told you. I mean, are you really going to base your entire opinion of who you are in your life and what you're about on a couple of nitwits in academia? It's literally like a couple of people that are deciding that. I hope you're not basing it on them in terms of how you feel about yourself. They're so insignificant in terms of what you're going to do in your life and how you're going to accomplish and what you're going to see and what you're going to do. Really take that and run with the fact that you're an amazing person and who you are really does not depend on some subjective opinions of other people in terms of what they're thinking. Now, I also want you to think about the other gifts that you have in your life beyond studying and beyond the current thing that you're actually doing. Because you know what? The thing that you're studying might not be the thing that actually is resonating with you, and you might actually find other uses and other sort of things that are really better for what you're suited to do. And so don't get hung up on some little bitty thing that this is the way that life should be, or people are telling you this is the way that life should be. And the only way that you become successful is by doing this little thing and going and getting some grad, going and getting a PhD in this little tiny area. And that's how everything's going to come together. I mean, that's garbage. You need to know that you have so many gifts and those gifts are amazing, and you have to just embrace what those are and really understand that you are an amazing, gifted person. beyond that little bitty thing that people are saying, maybe that's not what we're interested in about. So, the other thing that I would highly recommend if you're serious about this, in terms of going into academia, but I would really consider it at this moment in terms of whether you should do this or not, is if you feel rejected, just pick yourself up and keep going. We get rejections all the time. You would be surprised in how many rejections one gets when you go along the process. And yeah, you get it. You get going, you put it away for a couple of hours and you get going. You don't stop. You keep pushing forward and you take the next step and the next step and the next step. So if there's some limitations you have or you can't do this thing, well, you go and collect something about that. So let's say you can't pursue your Ph.D. at this moment, or you pursue your graduate school program at this moment. Who cares? You go and you work, you get a great job, and then on your spare time, you go and study this thing that you're interested in. You take a couple of courses in this, you take a couple of courses in that, and pretty soon you've studied and built up a nice portfolio in terms of tackling these things, and you become extremely attractive to do that. Study. Maybe it's a programming skill that you learn, or some statistical package that you learn and you become good at, or you start collecting data in a certain area. I wouldn't take what somebody's opinion is of what you're doing as the ultimate be-all and end-all. You really need to keep pushing forward and do things in your life that are beyond what other people care and say, I'm getting to the point where I just do not care what other people say, and I'm just going to do the thing that I'm going to do and keep pushing forward at that thing until it actually gets done and other people acknowledge it. And it might take me until I'm 85 years old, until, even this project that I'm working on. You can see how much work I put into this darn thing, this reciprocity project. Might take me until I'm 85 years old until somebody actually acknowledges it. So what? If that's the case, you just got to keep going and ignore what other people are doing. The opportunities in this world beyond a silly little program that you are looking into are enormous. And if you are going to get caught up on some little tiny thing about some few people that probably don't know who you are as an individual, and you are going to get hung up on it and forget that the world is amazing and that there's 7.5 billion people on this earth that are looking for something and some problem to be solved, you're really missing out on a lot. You got to look at the opportunities that are out there. This is an amazing time for you to say, enough of this. I'm not going to put up with this person. I'm not going to put up with what they say. I'm going to go and do my own thing and create my own path. And so, the last thing I want to say is that life is just beginning for you. The amount of opportunities, the amount of amazing things that you're going to encounter, the amount of relationships that you're going to have, the amount of education that you're going to get in your life are far beyond what has happened at this moment. Even if you're 80 years old, you still have 20 more years of your life to do amazing things, probably 25, maybe even 30 years of your life to do amazing things. So never get caught up on feeling down about this moment in time where somebody's giving you some silly little rejection. You've got so much life and you can do so many amazing things that are intended for you that you can do, and you'll be able to do that and solve amazing problems in this world as long as you don't give up on yourself. That's what you should be doing, and that's what you should be really getting interested in, is all the potential, the opportunities, the amazing things that are going to happen to you because of the fact that somebody rejected you in some silly little program. Now you can go back and you can do amazing things, and I know you're going to do those things at this moment because you're just almost there. You can go back in 10 years and you could stick it to them and you could say, you know what? You didn't have any sort of faith in me. Look who I am now. Now, get out there, get going, stop crying, and actually start believing in yourself at this moment. Everybody else in this channel, including myself, knows that you can do it. You just have to have faith in yourself at this moment. Go find those opportunities and kick some butt.